guys coming with the questions. Y'all coming with the questions. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm surprised I ain't do this one yet. But it's definitely video number 3 for today. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. But the question is, at least for me, but I'm gonna break it down for everybody. The question of the day is, does body count really matter? I already know what the answer is going to be for most. I already know what the answer is going to be, at least for us, for guys. You're going to say yes. You're going to say yes, and you're not necessarily wrong. You're not necessarily wrong. And I'll say the reason why most men will say yes is because you just don't want to walk. You don't want to be with a woman that's been rambling. You don't. You don't want to be with a woman that's been with a whole bunch of dudes. You know what I mean? Like, it's the thought of it. It's the thought of it. I say the thing is, we look at it from an anatomical perspective. Since a woman is more, her genitalia is more inward, just having the thought of you being like, dicked down by a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of dudes been up in you. It's like that's a bad thought to have. But as time progressed, the reason why most dudes say they can't be with a woman with a lot of bodies is because it destroys her ability to pair bond, which is true, which is very true. I'm saying the more partners a woman has, the more emotionally unavailable she is. That's why they say, like, when it comes to a woman giving up her body, her womb, ideally you wouldn't want to do that with your husband. We live in modern times, and women are not trying to wait as much as dudes aren't trying to wait. Now, me, myself, I'll say I agree with you guys. It does matter. It does matter, but it doesn't matter as much. The older you get, it doesn't matter as much, and I'm gonna break it down. For me, like, like when I was younger, I thought the same way. Like, oh, she been with even 2 guys, she was a hoe. You know what I mean? By default. By default, she's just a hoe. You know what I mean? And a lot of dudes are still that way. I go into, see, I'm 33, right? So I go into the situation off rip. I go into the situation and look at the woman, and I'm saying she has at least 10 bodies on her. And I'll leave it at that. I know you're not a virgin. I'm not. So we're both on the same playing field. Maybe. But like I said, I automatically have that in my mind. Like when it comes to that, your best bet is not to even ask. I'll say, for one, it makes you look lame. It makes you look lame as shit if you ask a woman how many dudes she been with. Don't ask that shit. Please don't. You're gonna look lame as shit. Trust me. Because even if she tells you the truth, you're not gonna believe her. So don't even bother. I said, even so, even on top of that. Now, my supervisor was saying she's not going to return your call, which is more than likely. Yeah, which is more than likely. But like I said, you're going to feel stupid afterwards, too. It's kind of like going through a woman's phone. It's kind of like going through a woman's phone. I said, you find what you're looking for, you're going to look stupid. You don't find what you're looking for, you're going to look even more stupid. So don't even bother. That's how I look. Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, by default. But yeah, like I said, your best bet's not to even ask. I'm saying just know that she's not a virgin. You're not a virgin, more than likely. So really can't get on anybody's case, Now the main thing with me, as long as she doesn't have a reputation, she's not known for that. Like when you see her, like she's a town hoe or the town chicken head. I'm saying as long as her Yep. As long as her reputation is low key, like if she does have bodies, you don't know about it too much. And the second thing, if she hasn't been with anybody I know, like any friends, any family, that's it. As long as she doesn't have a reputation and she didn't fuck anybody I know, I'm good. I'm content. As long as she's good, like she's emotionally available and she treats me good, I'll treat her good and everybody's happy. I'm good with that. That's how I look at body count. I'm saying body count is not as important as you think it is. It is, but it is. I'll say instead of the exact number. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be with a chick that got like 100 guys. You know what I mean? Like, yep, exactly. I'm not trying to be with a chick that's been with like 100 guys. But I said, like, I expect her to be with at least 10 dudes, if not 20. You know what I mean? But as long as I don't know about it, you're still emotionally available and you know how to love when somebody's loving you right. Because so that's the thing with a lot of women that've been around, is that they don't know how to love after they've been fucked over so many times. Like I'm saying, as long as you're still open for that, everything should be fine. Now, this also goes into this. A lot of women nowadays think they can sleep around like we can, and they can't. They can't. Like I said, yes, there's exceptions to the rule. There's always exceptions to the rule. But most women are not going to separate or divide their physical needs with their emotional needs. That's just not happening. Every time a woman sleeps with a dude, most of the time, they're going to evolve some kind of emotion to it. That's why a lot of women say they don't want to just hook up. Right? They want to be with one guy consistently because it gives them that emotional fulfillment. Us, we don't need that. We don't need that. It's easy for us to sleep with 100 women and not catch feelings. It's very easy, trust me. Like I said, women can't sleep around like that. Now, I'm not saying that women don't have the right to. If you want to sleep around, go ahead. Go ahead. If you want to be a hoe, go ahead. I'm with it. But know that it comes with consequences. That's all I'm saying. Know that it comes with consequences. Like I said, the likelihood of a woman being jaded is way higher than a man. And that's just the way we're psychologically engineered. You know what I mean? It's in our DNA. We're just made that way. That's why I said, like when they say men are from Mars and women are from Venus, in this case, that definitely applies. Women can't sleep around like we can. And this is kind of like, you know, it's going back to my double standard video, kind of. But right now, we're not talking about the double standard, you know, per se, right? Because you're hearing it from me. Men and women can sleep around, fine. But what I'm saying is you can't sleep around like we can. I know that don't make any sense. See, like I said, I know that's not making any sense to some people. You can sleep around, but you can't sleep around like we can. Just know that. Just know that. That's why a lot of women are only about a bag when it comes to a man. Like, yeah, I'll mess with a man because he got money. No commitment, no love, none of that. None of that Disney shit. Like I said, that's all out the window because they are unable to pair bond. They're unable to pair bond. Most importantly, when it comes to a man taking a woman's virginity, that guy is always going to be like the one. That's always going to be the one. That's why it's idea to wait till marriage for women, right? That it would be ideal. But that means we wouldn't be able to get any pussy either. So I'm not necessarily 100% with that. But I'm just saying from like from an emotional standpoint, that would be your best bet, or at least not a whole bunch of guys. Like I said, I'll say by the time a woman has, I'll say over like 10 guys. Like, to me, like I said, 10 is a little bit higher, right? But I'm saying, but based on age, it's not that serious. Like I said, for somebody my age, 10 is actually not bad. Like, in this day and age, 10 is not bad at all. I'll say how some of them have ran them up. I'll say some of them got like 200 bodies, you know what I mean? So, y'all be wary of that. I'm saying, but definitely from an emotional standpoint, that's the only thing. Like I said, if you want to be a hoe, be a hoe. And just know that it's not going to work in your favor in the long run. When it comes to finding a mate, unless you move out of state or, you know, out of the country or whatever, or at least out of the city. I'm saying if you're somebody that gained a reputation, I'm saying you can start over from scratch. You can always put on the front somewhere else. But now, when it comes to guys, I don't think it matters as much to women if a guy has a higher body count or not. Now, some women will say it does matter because of a man, you know, like having like diseases or is more prone to cheating or something like that. Those will be like the two negatives for most women. Is he might be burning or he might be, you know, more susceptible to cheating on you because he just needs to sleep around. And yeah, you might be right on that, on both of those. That's definitely something to be worried of. But most women are going to say they don't care as much. Of course, as long as you're not bragging about it. They don't care as much because they know that most men are inexperienced when it comes to having sex. So it's a way for a man to build up his sexual prowess. You know, as far as like going out there and playing the field. So that's why a lot of women can overlook it. Because it's like, okay, it's like he's perfecting his craft. He's perfecting his craft, and he's getting that need for variety out of his system. So they can overlook it a lot easier than we can. But like I said, the older you get, the less it matters. And that's pretty much my take on it. Like I said, as long as you don't have a reputation and you don't, or you didn't smash anybody I know, everything is fine. And you don't have kids, but that's just for me. I told you, some dudes are cool with kids, I'm not. And I said, everything is fine. But that's my 2 cents on it. Southpaw Slick, I'm out.